I'll hit you up next, Harold. All right, you are Kara Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Lopez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you. On March 26, 2025, officer dispatched to a crash on H1 Drive in Orange County, Texas. The officer learned that an unknown party called 911 at the time of the crash. And was informed by another officer who arrived on scene that the defendant being treated by ambulance. The officer informed the other officer that the defendant had already been transported to receive medical care. Under stroke of the will witness, who stated that the defendant was assaulted and struck the witness's vehicle causing damage. The witness stated they observed stronger alcohol beverage from the defendant and the witness contact. The witness stated that the defendant was still in the driver's seat at the time of their interaction and that it was clear that the defendant was intoxicated. The witness reported that the defendant had slurred speech, was incoherent, and not sense. The police stated to the witness, "I don't know what happened." The witness reported the defendant called and himself out of the crash. And immediately after that call, the defendant grabbed a bottle of vodka and consumed the entire thing in front of the witness.
What?
Yes, Sherman.
She took a bottle of vodka and consumed an entire bottle of vodka in front of the will witness?
That's what I had here. The witness noted that the defendant drank the alcohol bottle as if the defendant was drinking water.
Just when you think you've heard it all, man. I mean, really.
The officer, the officer observed an empty bottle of toxic vodka, and then went to the hospital to make contact with the defendant. The officer observed the strong odor of alcohol beverage from the defendant, including the defendant had slurred speech and glossy eye. The officer read the DIC informed the defendant and the defendant became coherent, and it proceeded to a breath test and blood test. The hospital discharged the defendant and the defendant was reported to the drug processing center, but was unable to perform the T-RAS respiratory test due to the defendant's failure to follow instructions and to keep the defendant's and the inability of the defendant to keep her head up. The officer took the defendant's failure to follow instructions as refusal. After was unable to get the defendant to stand upright to perform HDN, and due to the physical condition, the officer did not ask the defendant to perform walking chair or the stand. The officer concluded. The officer offered the opportunity to provide breath and blood. The defendant declined to provide breath or blood, and the officer proceeded with a residual search warrant for the defendant's blood. The officer was advised. The officer was advised the blood would be ready in 2 to 3 days. The officer noted that. That's all I have.
Do you have blood back or no?
I do not. I'm not sure if that in the is referring to. The warrant was presented to the hospital, Your Honor, and a nurse advised that it was ready for the officer.
Do you have any pride to advise?
There was one in Caldwell County on this next year.
License?
License in. No.
This is who, Judge?
It's not on docket. I have to give you a case number. You ready?
Yes.
255-7402.
Thank you.
If you speak English, right?
Yes.
If you have a problem with alcohol or drugs, now is the time for you to address it. Because stop. There's nothing that you can say at this moment. I'm warning you now, because this is the only one that you're going to get. I will do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. I don't care who you are, what color you are, if you're a small farm animal. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now is the time for you to try to get any help if you need help, because I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is what they're telling me. And if that's in fact true, now is the time for you to address it. I am going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol at any time. I will not entertain any excuses like it's mouthwash, it's a tequila lollipop, hair dye. I've heard it all, and excuses mean nothing to me. If you consume, it's not going to go well. Because of, I don't want you in the car driving. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand? If I find that you do, it's really not going to go well for you. I am putting now a restriction on your license that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught, and I'm sending this notice to DPS, so everybody, every officer in this state knows, if they pull you over and they don't see an interlock, they will take you to jail. You understand? And then you and I will have problems. Just don't.
Judge, this is Carla Lopez first,
Yes, ma'am.
and then you said no driving?
Correct.
Thank you.
And then a scram, please.
Yes, Judge.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am. We will give you an application. You missed court once. A warrant is now in effect for you because you missed court the first time. I will reinstate your bond now, but this is the only get out of jail free card that you get. If you miss court again, you violate any of these conditions, you will stay with me. And I don't know who you have in this life, but if you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000, you will be stuck like Chuck until this case is over. Do you understand? All right, come up. We'll have you sign this. I need you to fill an application. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. And we'll go from there. Here you are,
Aye for a plea.
paying all these $10,000 bonds here, $5,000 bonds here, and here you come in wearing a Louis Vuitton jersey. Really? Really? After all the money the county has spent on representation for you, you come in here with Louis Vuitton jersey. Oh, this is wonderful. Have we done a T-RAS?
So he has a prior T-RAS, but I think it may have expired and we'll need to.
And the prior one recommended like that.
One way or the other, it's going to stop. All I'm asking you to do is be clean. That's all. It's got to happen one way or the other. Do you understand, Mr. Hunter? You now stand charged with, again, with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you can't tell people it was dismissed. It's not dismissed. It's if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. For you to complete this successfully, you must do an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class, and a T-RAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Forfeiture of the weapon, no drugs, no alcohol, 40 hours of community service instead of the community service. If you do a parenting class, I will consider the 40 hours of community service waived. I would like the T-RAS done pretty quick. Like, okay, that'd be great. Yeah. Since he's here, it's probably the best thing to do. Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You are stuck with us until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Hunter, that I can hold you for up to 3 years. We will do everything in our power to ensure that you get clean and remain clean. Do you understand? You hear me? How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to withhold that for 12 months. We're going to send you now for a T-RAS. You can come back. We'll see what it says and we'll go from there. Okay.
Judge, without going too far into attorney-client communications, I have admonished Mr. Hunter that if he violates any term of the deferred, that the state can start a motion to adjudicate where he would have a hearing in front of you and you can sentence him up to the year in the Harris County jail.
If you violate this again, Glad you said that because I forgot to say that. If you violate this agreement by not doing what you're supposed to be doing, by testing positive, picking up a new case, having a gun, a warrant will be issued because we will file a motion to revoke your probation. We will have a hearing here. And if they prove it to me, you are facing a year in jail. Do you understand? But me, I'm not interested in jail. I'm interested in having you be clean. And we will do that however it can happen. If you're able to do it on the outside, wonderful. If you're not able to do it on the outside, we have facilities available for you at no cost to you. Do you understand? Now is the time. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. My excuse.
Yes, ma'am.